Hey, what's going on, everybody? So, new news on Kevin Love. Since we've been talking about him on this channel a little bit lately, the prospects of him going to the Lakers, it looks like that's not possible. It looks like that's not possible. Why? Because he's choosing the money, and he has a $60 million contract that he still has going on. 2 years left, $30 million a year. He don't want to get that money up. He don't want to get that money up. And I don't see anything wrong with that at all, given the fact that he's not going to be able to make that up. Not in the NBA. So I don't see any problem with that. That's logical. I didn't realize he had that much on his contract, left on his contract. I didn't know his deal was that ridiculous. I had somebody ask on a forum that I was paying attention to. They said, "What's the worst contract in the league?" There it is, right there. That's definitely it. That's the one. It's not Ben Simmons. It's not John Wall. It's Kevin Love. That is the worst contract in all of basketball by far. I had no idea it was that bad. I knew that a buyout was something that would cost him some money, but I didn't know that he had this much on his deal. That is absorbent. That is ill-advised to have ever signed him to that. And yeah, at no point in time, in my opinion, did Kevin Love have a $30 million a year role on the Cleveland Cavaliers. They did not have the role for him with all of the bigs that they had on that roster throughout his tenure being on this team. So you look at it like this. He's been stuck in a bad situation his entire career. 2 years left can net him $30 million. More of the same, and I can get $30 million? Yeah, keep me right here. I'm fine. Because at the end of the day, cut and dry, Kevin Love's career is all but over. Cut and dry, if he comes to the Lakers or the Nets or one of these teams, he's not going to have a big role. I think the Lakers would give him a role, though, because he's a shooter and he'd be able to stand out and do what it is that he does best a lot of the time. So it would be great for him to be here, but he already has a ring. He don't need to be chasing rings. He has one with LeBron. He doesn't need to be chasing rings with LeBron. I mean, there's nothing that the Lakers are going to provide him that's worth giving up $60 million. Nothing at all. So I'm with Kevin Love on this one, man. Make Cleveland continue to pay you. Don't buy out nothing. They want to stack more bigs on top of bigs, and while they still have you on tap for $30 million, hey, tell them to knock themselves out. Because the way I see it, they were hoping that you would just agree to this stupid buyout, so they just, had already had your replacement in mind with marketing, threw $60 million at him, knowing that they still owe you $60 million for the next 2 years. I understand that sometimes teams just have to move on and you just got to live with stuff like that. But if I'm Kevin Love, I don't feel inclined to help them at all. Not in that way, no. So, no. And not only that, but this Cleveland team is better than any Cleveland team he's been on since Bron left. Now, he's stuck around for all this bull crap. And you trying to tell me I can go play for a team that's better than the one I've been on for and keep my money coming in my pocket? Or I can go to a championship caliber team and maybe win a championship with the Lakers? Well, I might play my 5 games this coming season. Nah. No part of that makes any sense. No part of that is worth it. So that's that. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, there's still an opportunity, a strange possibility that Kevin Love's contract could get moved. I can envision a team saying, we have a contract or two on our books we'd like to get rid of. You have some picks that maybe we need from you, Cleveland, but it's going to cost you a lot to get rid of a Kevin Love contract. That's going to cost you like 2 picks. For someone to take on a $30 million contract that they can't use, you're going to have to give up something that you really, really want in order to make that happen. But if they're willing to pay whatever that price is, it's possible. It is possible. Probable? No, it's not probable that they pull off a deal. But if they sweeten it enough, somebody may bite. I wouldn't. This is what it would take. Can I be real with y'all? This is what it would take for the Cleveland Cavaliers to make it so that I would take Kevin Love's 2-year deal at $60 million. The rights and services, rookie contract of Evan Mobley. Yes, that's not happening Cleveland should hang up the phone and would hang up the phone, and that's perfectly what I expect them to do. I'm not taking Kevin Love's contract. No team in the league should do that. But if they're willing to pay, as I said a million times, it's possible. Hey, all you got to do is give us number 3 pick in the draft, 7 feet tall, can block shots from here to China. If you can do that, I'll take that $30 million contract with a smile on my face. Come on through, Kevin Love. Yeah, because the way I'd look at that is I'm paying $60 million for Mobley. That's how I'm looking at that. And to me, for what I like, the players that I'm looking for, hell yeah, that's a discount. Oh, and by the way, there are some players in this draft. This is aside from the conversation. There are some players in this draft to where I don't really need to wait if I'm any of these franchises to know if I want to extend these guys. Already, a guy like Jalen Green, you watch 17 minutes of highlights from Jalen Green, and you will understand that you don't have to question whether or not you're going to pay this guy or nothing like that. You're just trying to figure out how you can best keep him on a discount. That's all you're thinking, because there's no way in hell you're letting a guy like that walk out the door. There's no way in hell you don't value a guy like that long term. There's no way in hell. So, I don't know if this is a thing or not, but because players are coming in the league ready, more so than they have in the past, rookies coming in, surefire bets to be weapons that you can use, some of them, I can see rookies getting extensions draft day, so at some point in time down the road. I can see that. I know that the NFL's done that. I know some rookies do sign long-term deals, but they're very, 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 very small deals. I'm talking about real deals, $60 million, $70 million for rookies. I see it coming because a guy like Jalen Green, for example, whatever he's making, it's severely underpaid out the gate just for what it is that he brings to the table athletically alone. He's already severely underpaid. Any team that has his rookie contract on the books has a trump card, basically. Same goes for guys like Cade Cunningham. I think Evan Mobley can be that if he comes out the gate strong. Any rookie of any kind that comes out and has an immediate impact on the functionality of a team, whether it be from a starter's role, bench role, star role, if the team don't work right without that rookie's underpaid, period. So at some point in time, management, representation, your agents are going to start working that into their minds. Like, yo, we're leaving money on the table with these youngsters coming in, letting these franchises turn them into the face of the league like Cade's about to be, face of their team like Melo and all these guys are about to be, and making like $2 million for the first 3 years of their careers. That's what I consider a loophole that the NBA's been able to get away with, that eventually they ain't going to be able to. You got to pay these youngsters. A guy like Jalen, and I say Jalen specifically because of what he brings to the table athletically. He moves quicker than others. He can do things faster than others. So he brings a certain level of ability that has nothing to do with basketball IQ. Guys like Giannis and LeBron, who even if they couldn't think the game of basketball, would still be able to get to point A to point B quicker than an average human being. Those people need to be paid more when they come into the league because they just do more, and this just is what it is. So when you talk about value, yeah, I can see a total change. Just like we're seeing players start to get their a little more power, this is the next level of that. Rookies coming in having more power themselves based on what it is they bring to the table. A guy like Zion Williamson, he should be making $100 million right now. You think New Orleans should have his services for anything less than $100 million? Seriously, should he not be on a contract for 4 years, $100 million already? Let's just be real. NBA, these teams are getting away with that. They're getting away with it. But anyway, that's what I got, man. My name is BDF44. Thank y'all for watching. I'm out.